Oh shit! All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm trying my new camcorder. I'm hoping the effects of this video get my new hat on right. Does that say? Can you read Inslee Slayer? That's me. Okay, so this video. So I'm still concerned about Manuel Ellis. I'm not that concerned about Floyd anymore. I think we've gained or lost everything we can gain or lose from that horrific event. And so now, because I'm running for governor of Washington, that's another. Not only is Manuel Ellis a Washingtonian, but for me, if there can be a far more grave injustice, I would rank Manuel Ellis by some standard a bit more of an injustice. But death is death, and murder is murder. So it's local, or at least state, and so. But yeah, I can't help it. We can't help it. So, but what bothers me about some of this is I'm hearing the same bullshit arguments, bullshit perspective from conservatives. Now, up in this upcoming race, there's going to be aspects of my philosophy and personality that people are going to say, "Oh, he's conservative." Yeah, but if you listen close and you don't turn the tube off, you'll see that many of my perspectives and outlooks are very liberal, very left. Well, not, somewhat left, somewhat in the blue party. I'm not left wing, but I do have liberal, left leaning ideas. So here's the problem with the same old conservatives, with the same old the data, or he had it coming philosophy. I don't know if they don't. It's not that they don't get this. It's really a corruption in the conservative party that bothers me deeply, because it's not as much about racism as much as classism, and if you're not in the same class they are, lower, then your life isn't worth as much, and that's problematic to society. So, in Atlanta, at the Wendy's, the former Wendy's, the Wendy's that is now burnt down. Anybody see my lighter? The Wendy's that's now burnt down. So this is what happened, as far as I can tell. A young man fell asleep in the drive-thru of a Wendy's. I don't care if he was high on drugs. I don't care if he was drunk. It doesn't matter. Somebody was asleep in their car in a Wendy's drive-thru. Apparently, the cars were going around. They're managing it. Let me just caveat. A few NFL players, athletes, who are no means drug addicts or whatever. This happened to one I know. I just can't think of it now. So it's not like only the worst of the worst fall asleep in drive-thrus, right? But, whatever. A man falls asleep through the drive-thru. Oh, I think it was Mike Tyson. No, I don't know. Never mind. I love Mike. Man falls asleep in a drive-thru. He is endangering no one. No one's life's in danger. And this is the mental challenge. I challenge conservatives who somehow think this police officer shooting down a man who had a taser that he took from an officer is justified. if, this is a hypothesis, this is called a mental exercise, this is called trying to think deeply. I know conservatives tend to have a hard time with that. I am conservative, but I'm a freak. I think it's safe to assume that the odds of this gentleman being killed, if the police were too busy and never showed up to this call, let's say they called 911 and, you know what, too many rioting going on, whatever, they're busy. And I think it's safe to assume that if the police never showed up, that A, no one would have got harmed, B, no damage would have happened because the guy was just, and I'm sorry for you really sick fucks that say, well, Wendy's was losing money. Not an argument, all right? If we could say with some reasonable intuition, thought that if the police never showed up, no one would have died, nothing would have been damaged, and people would have went on with their life, then the police are culpable in the death of this gentleman because their presence is the only reason he died. I'm sorry, no. Don't tell me about the argument, fighting, and the scuffle, and they took a taser and all that shit. No. No. See, that's a cop-out. Pardon the pun. It's a cop-out, and I'm tired of cop-outs. I'm tired of, well, you shouldn't have run. I'm tired of, well, then don't break the law. I'm tired of these people who are in their gated communities, their second and third class citizenry, and us fourth, fifth, and sixth class citizenry should just obey the law, right? This is what they said about the Jews, right? Well, just don't be a Jew. Just don't live in Germany. Just go somewhere else, right? This is the same mentality they had. Well, if you would have just been a good Jew, we wouldn't have gassed you. It's the same mentality. It's the same mentality. When you say, well, just don't break the law, well, just don't take the taser. Well, when you think about it, that if this is how you find culpability with the police, if them showing up was the reason someone died, then they're culpable. Because if you can safely say if the police never showed up, and this gentleman woke up, oh, all right, and reasonably said, not some, well, who knows, he might have went off and he might have been drunk and killed. No. He managed. We're going to say, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt here that if he woke up, he'd probably be half sober. He might actually get something to eat, and he goes home and he's fine. His family's fine. Everybody's fine. Nobody dies. Nobody's harmed. It was just an embarrassing night for somebody who maybe drank too much or whatever the case is. Because you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. You should give situations the benefit of the doubt. I think it's reasonable to say if the cops for some reason never showed up that night, this man would be alive. Then everything that happened after they showed up is their mishandling. They should have not have been so aggressive. They shouldn't have tried to arrest this guy so aggressively. They should have let him run away with a fucking taser. They had his fucking car. All right? If he's running away, I've got your car, you've got my taser, we're going to keep your car till you bring my taser back. Why should cops have to do that? Because it's better to do that than to kill somebody running away with a taser. Because it's more ethical to do that than to kill someone running away. I'm just so sick of the conservative side and how they present it like, well, you shouldn't have done it. Wait. Maybe the cops shouldn't have showed up. Because I think in this situation, in the Atlanta situation, the cops' presence is what caused the death. The cops' tactics caused the death. The cops, for whatever reason, didn't handle the situation right. Whatever. This, look, if it turns out that this guy had 15 warrants for touching babies or because he was some, you know, badass cartel member or something, I don't know. But if he's just a normal dude with some weird infraction and he got scared, he got mad, and he ran, and you guys forcefully tried to arrest him, you know, I don't see it. I don't see how you could say, well, he should have ran, he should have done all these things, because if the cops never showed up and we never hear about this guy ever, and he goes on to live his life, let's say, you know, I know that's a nice, I know we're giving him a lot of credit, but I think it's better to assume our society is built off the presumption of innocence. Our legal system is built off that. How about that? Our legal system is built off the, and it's one of the only legal systems in the world that actually has a presumption of innocence. What, before, during, and after, the whole 9 yards. So, in that light, in that great way of looking at people, we assume this guy was innocent, right? We assume that, let's assume that his doctor, I don't know the story, so since we don't know the story, let's assume the best. Let's assume his doctor prescribed him something that he took as prescribed that didn't have a warning. He thought it'd be okay to drive, and he had a reaction, and he passed out. Let's assume that. Let's assume the best. Let's assume he was innocent of actually doing anything wrong. And then the police showed up, and he was disorientated because, for whatever reason, he was disorientated. But all this guy knows is he's a good citizen. He doesn't, you know, do bad things. And some of these cops are trying to arrest him. He doesn't know why. He didn't do anything wrong. And so he's fighting for his life because I think that's reasonable. And these cops allow this dude to get a taser. That's incompetence. And then the guy's running away with their taser. They have his fucking car. Now, if you tell me the car was stolen and the guy passed out in the stolen car and he was running away with a taser and he turned and shot a taser at a cop, maybe my story would change. But I don't know any of that. I haven't been given, and trust me, if the guy was sitting in a stolen car in a Wendy's and passed out, and that was the situation, and he ran with the cop's taser, and the cop, I'm sure we would know that by now. They'd be more than happy to make sure they put that out there. And because they haven't, I'm going to assume the car wasn't stolen. And I'm going to assume that it was this gentleman's car. So when you see a gentleman running away with your taser because, I don't know, you're a fuck up, because you got too close to a possible suspect, we don't even know what this guy was guilty of. I don't know if he was guilty of anything except falling asleep in a drive-thru, waiting to get food. I don't know if he's guilty of anything else. So, if this guy's running away with your taser, you have his fucking car. Let him go. And say, yeah, we got your car. We want our taser back. Let's figure this out. There's reasonable ways of going about this. All right. So that's my morning video. My name is Cameron Vesey. I hope this comes out right. Inslee Slayer. That be me. Have a good day, everyone. Oh, I've got a remote. Hey, I got a remote here. No, is that the right one? I got a bunch of, no. Let's try this. Hey, I've got a remote. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for, if you want to move on to something more important, I just got this video thing, so I want to test it out. It says power. Okay. Zoom. Well, maybe it needs a battery. Oh! I don't know. Didn't go so well, did it? Alright, well, maybe next time. Have fun, everybody.